I hope this is a isolated incident. 14 killed at a shooting at the opening of Batman in Aurora, Colorado. The sounds now coming from Aurora, Colorado. Here they are.
I saw a man walk through the exit. He walked in through the exit door with wearing all black. It looked like he had a gas mask on,
a bulletproof vest,
and he threw one tear gas thing,
and landed in the road like right in front of us. Hit the girl right in front of us. Then it exploded.
Then he threw another one.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that went. I think that went to the right of us.
And did you see him starting to shoot people at that point?
Yeah, well, he
waited.
Yeah, he actually waited. He looked so calm when he did it. It was like scary. He waited for the bombs both to explode before he did anything, before he even made any type of move. Then after both of them exploded, that's when he began to shoot.
The first shot was in the air. Then after that, he started shooting towards.
He didn't. Yeah, no specific target. He just started letting loose.
What kind of gun? What kind of gun did he have?
It looked like a handgun. I couldn't tell really.
Yeah, all we know, it was like really loud. He was all black, like, and everything like kind of blended in with him. But it was a pretty big gun. It was really loud.
Did he say anything before he started doing this?
He didn't say a word, not a word the entire time.
So he came in through the exit door of the theater.
The emergency exit door. Like he came in from the outside of it.
And what were people doing at that point?
People when he first opened the door, no one knew how to react.
We just looked at him.
We all stared at him.
We thought it was part of the movie. Honestly, everybody thought it was part of the show. Like it was a show.
The Today Show interviewed somebody too that was actually there and something like 5 feet away from him.
Yeah, as far as I could see, I didn't think it was anything serious. I thought it was a joke or part of the show, you know what I mean? And he came in, and he was 5 feet away from me, as far as I could see. I don't know the exact diameter or anything, but he was about 5 feet away from me. He came in on my right side. I was in the second row in the very front. And he came in and he threw in the gas can. And then I knew it was real. And then he shot the ceiling. And right after he shot the ceiling, he pointed the gun right at me. At that point, I dove into the aisle. And I got lucky because he didn't shoot me. But then he started to shoot people behind me, and the bullet started falling on my head. It was like burning my head because it was so fresh, I could smell gunpowder. And then at that point, he walked up the stairs, and all you hear is mass chaos, just people screaming and just gunfire after gunfire. So I was crawling, and I told my friend, I said, once he gets up there, he goes up to the stairs. We got to get out of here.
Do you remember when Columbine happened? Columbine is not far from this shooting. And I remember when Columbine happened, we couldn't even begin to understand it. Columbine in the 1990s, we lost so much of our innocence. In the 1990s, we had Columbine. We had Oklahoma. We had O.J. Simpson. Things changed in the 1990s. Now in something like when 9 people are killed and injured in a shopping center in Omaha, Nebraska, 2007, it's not that big of a deal. It's bad. We pay attention for a while, but it doesn't change us. 5 students killed, 16 injured after a man opened fire at a lecture hall in Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, Illinois, February 2008. 13 people shot dead by a gunman in Binghamton, New York, the Civic Center. You remember that one? April 2009. 6 people, including a 9-year-old girl, were killed. 12 others wounded when a gunman opened fire at a public gathering in Tucson, Arizona. I contend most would have a faint memory of that if it wasn't for Gabrielle Giffords. Virginia Tech, student shot and killed 32 people. April 2007. One we're not supposed to pay attention to. One that didn't really even happen. One that was just workplace. Everybody else, every other shooter, we have to look all the way deeply into their past and everybody that they've ever talked to, every bit of political information that it could possibly be found. We have to know. We have to know who they talked to. Were they alone? Were they alone? Were they loners? Were they crazy? What did they write in their journals? Where did they go to church? What movies did they watch? Were they inspired by music? Except for Fort Hood. That was a workplace shooting. Witnesses tell us that this gunman came in, released some sort of canister. They heard a hissing sound, and as the gas emerged, the gunman opened fire. How many of us had friends or relatives at a screening last night of Batman? How many of us are planning on going to Batman tonight? Will this increase the ticket sales? God help us. Will this make people afraid to go to the movie? God help us. One witness reported seeing a police officer carrying out a girl who looked to be 9 years old with a gunshot wound to her back. Witnesses say she wasn't moving. Several others say that there were children at the screening, and the youngest victim reported was a 3-month-old baby. Several others have said that there were children at the screening, and the youngest victim reported was a 3-month-old baby. A 6-year-old is also being treated. Local reporter Justin Jones said the attacker shot the baby at point-blank range. Another eyewitness, James Cameron, added the baby girl was shot in the back. Let's be very clear. I don't know if this guy had any political motivation. I do know this. He's a monster. I don't know who will be the first to politicize this. I don't know who will be the first to say, it's the problem with guns. And on the other side, I don't know who the first will be to say, it's a problem with Hollywood. Let me be the first to say, there's a hole in the soul of America. What is it we're filling that hole with? I don't even know if we really notice it so much. It's happened to us so slowly.